comfortable with face recognition, unlocking our phones, skipping airport lines, and even unlocking front doors. But the convenience is blinding us to how risky this technology actually is and how it is being used without us realizing. I'm Claire Garvey. My job is to research the use of face recognition technology by law enforcement and then make recommendations around the use of the technology.
Imagine two of your old college friends just had a baby. They post a selfie, and of course it's adorable, and of course you like it. But soon, you notice that your news feed starts to change. You see promotions for a baby sling that would be perfect for new parents, and it's even got a logo of your old college. And look, there's a discount! So, you buy it. You've got a gift for your friends, a store's made a sale, and somewhere there's a giant tech company that just earned a little commission on the whole thing. An incredible cloud of transactions like this is the value that makes the digital economy as it is today. I'm here to tell you that you're being shortchanged.
The road you're on, John Anderton, is the one less traveled.
I came up with a few crazy scenes in Minority Report. The one where our hero is trying to run away from the police, but he's being grabbed by each billboard into advertising so they can see where he is.
John Anderton, you could use a Guinness right about now.
It was supposed to be cautionary, but instead people just think it looks cool. And in Silicon Valley, to this day, decades later, people say, oh, that new thing you're designing, it looks like it came out of Minority Report. That's so cool. And I'm like, oh God, like, what does it take? What does it take for people to recognize a dystopia? I kind of feel like it backfired.
Right now, most Americans are in a perpetual police lineup because they got a driver's license. After that DMV agent snaps your picture, your face is turned into a face print, a unique series of numbers that a face recognition system can read and compare to other faces. Now, any police officer can run searches against your face for any reason. Who robbed that corner store? Who was jaywalking at 3 a.m.? Who was at this protest? The digital equivalent of police walking through a crowd and yanking each of our IDs out of our pockets. You could be picked out, investigated, possibly arrested, and sent to jail because you got a driver's license in one of these 32 states. That's a violation of your privacy and your Fourth Amendment protection against unreasonable search. And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Nearly half of American adults are in facial recognition databases.
It does make our jobs a lot easier, and it also kind of finds that needle in a haystack.
Photos are culled from social media images, driver's licenses, and government IDs.
With face recognition, America is closer to a Chinese surveillance state than most of us realize.
What has happened is heartbreaking. The whole world has become darker. The way humans respond the most intensely is with fear or anger. People who are afraid, people who are angry, they pay attention. We've created a whole civilization based on tricking each other. Let me show you what I mean. In order to sell you that baby sling, a social media company used data. They know a world of things about you and your friends, the least of which are that your friends just had a baby, that you all went to the same college. But there's even more. The algorithms that run the whole thing, they're always adjusting, doing little micro experiments to try to find that little variation that'll keep you clicking, that'll get you to click on buy. You don't just see your own friends, you see these other people who are selected because the algorithm thinks they'll get you. They might look a little richer, a little thinner, a little cuter, something like that. The algorithm doesn't even know. It just knows that these images get you. Even in this video right now, there are algorithms snatching your data with a plan to trick you in the future. So look, here's the thing. This whole shadow economy that runs our world now and concentrates all the wealth and reduces your future would not be possible without the data that's coming from you and your friends. You are the fuel for it. You're giving away all your data for free. You don't know what data has been taken from you. You don't know how it's ultimately used. You don't have any opportunity to take pride in it. You don't have any opportunity to make it better. To you, it's a mystery, so you pretend it's nothing, but it isn't nothing. When you realize that data is the new oil, when you realize that this thing being taken from you that you don't think about is the future economic value, is your future economic value. It's your future economic power.
The biggest internet IPO ever.
Values the company at more than $31 billion.
Multi-billionaire today.
All of a sudden, I hope you can see you're giving away everything in exchange for almost nothing.
Maybe you're thinking, I'm not afraid of face recognition. I haven't done anything wrong, so I've got nothing to hide. But wouldn't you object to police secretly searching your apartment every once in a while, even if you've got nothing to hide? Let me tell you the 3 aspects of face recognition technology that worry me the most. First, the way law enforcement uses face recognition violates our right to due process. Second, pictures aren't perfect. They're a tad grainy, maybe the subject is squinting, or they're wearing a hat or a scarf. In such cases, the algorithm has trouble finding anyone and turns up 0 matches. Third, it exhibits bias. Very simply put, some of these algorithms think all black people look more alike than white people. In San Diego, law enforcement agencies found that they were using face recognition between 1.5 and 2.5 times more on communities of color than their proportion of the population.
It's even worse if you think about the future where you're whatever it is you do, whether you're a nurse or a bricklayer or a writer, anything. AIs and robots will probably come for your job. The little twist that we don't want anybody to know is that in order for the AI and the robots to work, we need everybody's data. Let me tell you a story. I had an experience that moved me terribly. I met with a group of elite, brilliant high school students. They collaborated on the questions. And the first one was, if we're going to be surpassed by artificial intelligence, if we won't be needed, why are we here? I just realized that what we're doing now with our current culture of technology that's so tech-centric and just pretends that all the people out there giving us the data don't matter, that culture is sending a message of human obsolescence. We hear this so often and so much, and it breaks my heart. If you can't see that, try, for God's sakes. It's so important. Don't believe that you're worthless. It's a lie. Don't believe it.
If we don't implement legal restrictions on face recognition, the future looks like a Chinese-style surveillance state, one that violates our right to privacy, our right to anonymity in public, and our right to free speech. Congress must first implement a national moratorium on the use of the technology. Congress can then work to develop legal restrictions, limiting the use and scope of face recognition technology. Every American's privacy, First Amendment rights, freedom from unreasonable search, and due process are at stake.
And what really seems to be controlling it more than anything else is actually Google. So, as I mentioned earlier, I would suggest that people start to step right away from Google as much as they possibly can. You know, and you look at the surveillance, you look at the tracking, you look at the Internet of Things, you look at where all the technology is going, and really, what I've just outlined for you becomes indisputable. I mean, it's not really even a debatable point, and most people can see it pretty quickly once you point it all out to them. The problem is that they don't usually have time to look at this sort of stuff. They don't have time to actually step back from their every day-to-day grind and actually look at all the pieces of the puzzle in order to be able to put it together. They just simply don't have the time because they're kept too busy running on the treadmill, which again is what this system is designed to do. You know, there's all of this stuff going on beneath people's feet, and they're always kept distracted by all the external trappings of life that go with this society. If it's not just the external trappings of life, then it's the international theatrics that we're always dealt with. I mean, we're always led down the garden path with this stuff all the time. There's always some major drama on the horizon, always imminent death, imminent war, imminent this, imminent that, but it never really comes to fruition. It's all designed to keep us on the edge of our seats, keep us living in fear, and make us believe that we actually need government here to protect us, when it's really just them cooking the whole thing up to begin with, you know. One big theatre show, ladies and gentlemen, and it always has been.